you start the show like that. It just caught on, and that's
It's good. I would call it our tagline.
sorry.
But,
Several police cars just drove past our window really loudly, and I was
Really?
I saw a lot of blue and red, and I thought, oh, and they kept going. I thought I was busted. I'm podcasting. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear a damn thing.
How's it going, boys?
Good. How are you?
Shitty.
Okay, good. Way to start off the show with a bang. Yeah.
I know,
yeah.
totally. Long story short, because I just had a very long conversation in a different podcast just before this one about the death of my oldest pug, Serendipity. Twitter.com/serendipity pug. And yeah, she who knows? She was in her food dish eating quite happily, face down, gone, just like that. So she was doing something she particularly enjoyed when she went. So
I tell you what, let's have a drink in Serendipity's honor.
all right. Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that we should have a drink in her honor, because I happen to have this beer.
What?
I know. I don't know where it came from. You said Serendipity.
You know,
drink,
this
and
is
I'm
this
it's
is like a total
magically showed up.
coincidence because I happen to have the same thing.
What, Dave?
I know.
You don't have the same beer, do you?
I mean, that would be an amazing coincidence.
That would just be weird. All right, let's show us,
Dave, what beer do you have, Dave?
Oh my God! I'm out of here.
Dave didn't get the memo.
I sent him the message. He responded, and he failed. So, Dave, I'm sorry. We're not talking about the beer you brought this week. I'm drinking this.
Well, you know what? I do.
Alan, tell the story.
Okay, so it was my pick for the beer this week, and I did pick the Road Tripper. In fact, I have it in my fridge. So I could break mine out a little bit later and try it. But Shane had told me he couldn't find it anywhere on the mainland. Dave hadn't bought his yet. So instead, we decided to change it to this beer, which is Lighthouse's Shipwreck IPA. Incidentally, the Road Tripper is also made by Lighthouse, which is why we decided to stay with the same company. We've never actually done anything by Lighthouse on our show before, which I find kind of surprising. But at any rate, I blame Dave. Well, Dave is, a common, source of blame for anything. I blamed him for, and I didn't even know him yet, but I blamed him for, the melting of the polar ice caps.
Dave,
and
did you do that?
Remember all the hunger, all the starving kids in Ethiopia in the 80s? I'm glad that that's been solved, but I blamed it at the time on Dave, even though I was going to meet Dave for another 5 years or so. But it was Dave's fault. So we decided to go with the Lighthouse Shipwreck IPA. That's what Shane and I are going to be drinking today.
I could only get it in bottles, which is so weird.
I had a choice.
There were 3 different locations that I get my beer from, and all of them had the Shipwreck IPA. They did not have the one you guys had, because they said right now it's selling out so fast. The Legacy Beer Store, the beer store which is similar to your Liquor Plus over there, had, what did they say? They got 36 cases on Saturday, and all of them are gone already.
Really?
So it's
so in other words, get it fast is what you're saying.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you boys they did not have a whole lot on the shelf when I went in to grab it today. I think I saw,
even though I told you to get the other one, which Dave. So let's talk about the beer that Alan and I have first, and then we'll talk about the other one a bit.
Okay, so let me do my pour. Shane, do you have information up about this beer, like what its deal is?
Well, I'm so glad you what its deal is.
What's your deal, beer?
What's your deal? Why does this beer exist? I don't understand. What is the deal with this beer? Yes, the Lighthouse Brewery is
in Victoria.
Brewery in Victoria. It's what else do you? I'm getting to the point where it's like it's a brewery. So what else do you say?
Yeah,
about
but like, what's the
it's a
deal?
brewery.
Like, is it what's the IBUs and?
Well, the
I'm
gonna okay, so I'll pull that up right now. This is the Shipwreck IPA.
What are you pulling? What?
I'm pulling it up, not out.
Oh boy,
I've totally forgotten what the hell I was doing. Oh right. So anyway, it's a beer.
it's a beer.
It's a beer. I don't actually have the IBUs. Is it on the can? It's not on the bottle.
I don't see it on the can.
So we currently don't have an IBU rating on the international.
Which is weird because it's an IPA. You would expect an IBU rating for.
I'm just going to do a search for this beer in other places. It is rated very highly, by the way. And the IBU rating is.
Oh, just a second.
18.
Really?
Seems a little low.
That's it? That seems really low for an IPA. I mean, no, it can't be 18.
I refuse to believe this. It has got to be something bigger.
It's got to be.
Seem low. That's what's written here, but I don't actually believe.
It's got to be at least a 40. At least.
Let's see. I'll find a different resource because there are many, many resources out here. Lighthouse Brewing, aroma taste, very highly rated, blah, 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 blah. Not an overly unique IPA. It's just stands with the existing crowd. Rainier beer. Wow, none of these. This is the weird thing is that there is not any listing for anything related to the IBUs of this beer. I've found like 5 different websites that are talking about it, and none of them.
Okay, so wait.
What's this?
My guess is 40.
They rebranded. Lighthouse rebranded in 2014 and renamed a bunch of their beers. I am very curious. What did they rename? It used to be called Switchback, not Shipwreck. All right, I'm going to look for Switchback IPA.
At any rate,
and
wait for Shane to find it.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. So anyway, I'm suspecting this tastes to me much like a 28 to a 35.
Really? I'm thinking 40.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could go with that.
It's not as good as, say, like a Fat Tug from Driftwood.
No, it definitely is not a Fat. I'm sorry. I've had Fat Tug. This is not a Fat Tug.
No, it certainly isn't. But you know what? It's not a half bad IPA. You know what this doesn't have going for it?
What?
Is the price.
Now, what did you pay for the cans?
No, so where I went, the cans and the bottles were priced the same. It was $13.50 for a 6-pack. For stuff that's locally produced, that's pretty high. So by the time I paid taxes and stuff, it was getting above $17 for the 6-pack. And
yikes.
If I'm going to spend that much, I'd rather get something that's maybe a little bit more, good. Not to say that this is bad.
Maybe I'd buy a Fat Tug.
Not to say that this is bad. It's just not special.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's not. It tastes like an IPA. It tastes like beer, but yeah, it tastes like all the other beers that I've also had recently that are IPAs.
And really, if it's an IPA, I expect the IBUs to be at least 60, and there's no way this is anywhere close to 60.
No. I mean, it's a decent beer. It is something. It's not like the beer we had last week where we were basically wanting to rip off our clothes and start, making love to the beer. But this beer is it's not bad.
What podcast was that on?
That might have been the other one that I do. Live streaming at www.checkoutshanesjunk.net. I feel so dirty.
Okay, let's go over Dave's beer.
But yeah, Dave, tell us about what you're. I mean, to me, it feels like you want to have like a straw coming out of the bottle and just drinking it that way. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I just know, though. Just know. Because it's just wrong. You can't drink beer that way. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. It's awful.
It's just not done.
You can't do it.
But
just don't do it.
Here's the color.
Ooh.
That's some pretty dark brew.
Dark. Wow.
And
I was not expecting that.
It's yummy.
So this is a fresh hopped beer, right?
That's what it says on the bottle. Indeed. Fresh hopped dark ale is what it says. And I was sold by the freaking label. I mean, you're not going to get more Yellow Submarine than this without actually being Yellow Submarine.
I know.
Like,
it's awesome.
It is. It's truly awesome. And
you know why I chose that particular beer is because of the label. It just jumped out at me.
Nice. I would do that too, fully. Anyways, it's yummy. I really like it.
I look forward to having mine. I'm sure I'm going to like it as well. And this one is from Lighthouse as well. We don't have an IBU rating on that one, do we?
We do not. I wonder if it's just a thing with Lighthouse. They don't bother putting it on.
Could be.
Oh, that's it. You know what? I'm sorry. It's not going to
happen. On.
It's on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go right out this door and I'm going to start producing a Mary Poppins sequel. Yeah, you heard me. It's actually being done. Starring Colin Firth and Emily Blunt. I don't know how you could pick the wrong actors for a show, but that's it. I'm sorry. Giamatti.
What is this?
And like I don't know who the woman that played Fifi or whatever her name was in Hunger Games. Those are the people that should be in it.
Fifi? What?
I read today. This is completely it's completely a side note that they are making a sequel to Mary Poppins. They're calling it a sequel. Is it a sequel? I don't know. What the story is?
It's just a reboot.
But I don't know. There are some properties out there, especially in Disneyland or Disney World, where in the Disney ecosystem that I'm like, Pete's Dragon, all right. Mary Poppins, don't you dare touch it. What can you do?
You know what? I don't really care about Mary Poppins. I'll be honest. Whatever.
Yeah, but you're not the musicals whore that Shane is.
Well, I don't care about this podcast. Stop broadcast. Here's the thing. I like Mary Poppins. It's one of those things that is a great idea. It was a good idea. It made into a musical. If you've ever watched the film called Saving Mr. Banks, I think is what it's called. I think so. I don't remember 100%. But it's actually a drama documentary about Walt Disney. A dramedy. A biopic. That's actually the thing. It's about Walt Disney, played by Tom Hanks in this particular case. They are telling the story of how he went out and had to basically beg the author of the original Mary Poppins book to turn it into a musical. And her requirement, I believe, played by who was married to Kenneth Branagh, actress. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She was great. English actress. Does that help? Anyway, so
Vanessa Redgrave.
no, although that would have been okay too.
Who's that chick? The one that played M in
Dame Judi
Dench.
Jeez.
This is stupid. I should know this woman's name.
Yul Brenner.
Yul Brenner. Harvey Korstein. I was saying Boo Earns. Anyway, the point is, it's the story about how that came to be and how the author really had a huge control over what was actually going on. And one of the dramatic moments in the film is how Walt Disney is talking about how the story is so important for Mary Poppins, blah, 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 blah. And it's slowly revealed over this film that the film is actually not about Mary Poppins at all. It's actually about the father character, Mr. Banks, because she was trying to write a story, and this is what's implied in this film. Whether this is true or not, I'm not sure, but it's implied that she wrote the story because I gather her father died early or something. I've forgotten what the relationship was. But she, as a young girl, was just kind of had always imagined that somehow she could have saved her father somehow. So she came up with this book idea about this magical woman showing up to take care of these children, but ultimately was there to save the father because she feared that that the character could go down the same path of self-destruction, essentially. So there you go. There's your Mary Poppins thing. So having a sequel, I'm kind of like, the story's kind of been told in a couple different ways, and many times over. The film is not exactly young, so a sequel, I don't know, maybe they'll reboot it. Maybe they're trying to do what they've been doing to Cinderella and all of these other sorts of films. The next one, of course, being Beauty and the Beast, the live action version of that.
I have a feeling what they'll do with the Mary Poppins thing is what it'll open up with Spock coming out of like a time portal thing, and like the timeline will completely change and the entire story will be different, but it's like a different timeline is what it is. Okay.
Interior, space, or no, exterior, space, dark. Small television screen in the middle starts. Saved the ship. Yes, you saved the ship, Mary. Kids out of danger. Yes, you saved the kids.
Oh, wow.
And then slowly the TV gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till it fills the screen. Cut to I don't know, Mary Poppins fighting a Gorn or something, which would kind of be awesome, actually. If anyone watching this ever, even years from now, please draw me a picture of Mary Poppins taking on the Gorn, because that would be pretty epic, I would think.
That would be good.
Suddenly we got talking about Mary Poppins and Star Trek and Mary Poppins razzling with a Gorn.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You have
so it's actually
oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you.
Oh no, I was just saying that this kind of segues, thinking about Star Trek, segues into one of your stories that you've provided this week about the Capital 6 in downtown Victoria being sold off a number of years ago, to which I thought, actually, honestly, I thought it had already been knocked down and turned into condos, but apparently not. No. And it's now being renovated into a luxury multiplex in downtown Victoria, which is kind of cool because
It's not kind of cool. It's very cool.
Well, because here's the thing. I remember in 1991, was it 91?
I don't
Yes,
know.
it was 1991 when Star Trek 6 came out. And the Capital 6 played for a day or 24 hours or whatever it was. Star Trek 1 through 6. Which I went, and I remember going to Star Trek 2 first, then back to 1, which I really wish I hadn't done, then 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then by the end of the day, 6 was like playing in 3 different theaters. So
really, is this really what happened? Because you and I saw 6 together on opening night.
I saw 6 a lot. But here's the thing. I didn't do that on opening. No, that was some sort of thing later on. But I still remember seeing Star Trek 4 in the Haida 3 times in 1 week.
I saw Return of the Jedi. I think it was either in the Haida or the Coronet. I'm thinking it was the Haida.
I love the Haida.
And Police Academy 6.
You just, that's kind of like admitting you actually took the time to go to the Odeon to see Navy SEALs.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and
so
RoboCop
funny.
2.
Oh, God. Alien 3.
Oh, I never saw that in the theater. Yeah, so anyway, the Capital 6, which is like from my earliest movie-going experiences, opening November the 4th. The story is that one of Victoria's most prolific projectionists, who is, what was his name?
Andrew Golan.
Harry Golan. Harry Golan. His son is now the vice president of. His son Andrew Golan is now the vice president of Regency Theaters, which is a U.S. chain that operates theaters in California, Nevada, and Arizona. And apparently, when Andrew Golan found out that the Capital 6 had been shut down and was likely to be demolished and turned into either office buildings or a parking lot, he took it upon himself to acquire the building and turn it back into the Capital 6 cinemas that he remembered when he lived here growing up as a kid. He's turned it into it's been undergoing renovations. It's going to have luxury seating. It won't have quite the same amount. It'll have about less than half the capacity that it did before, but it's going to have electronic leather seats that recline and maybe like fondle your buttocks. I don't know. And
I would pay top dollar to go to the Capital 6 and have it massage my ass.
Me too. I don't know if it's going to have the massaging part, but also it's going to have a Coca-Cola freestyle self-serve machine. It's going to be the first one on Vancouver Island with this particular machine, which is apparently a touchscreen soda fountain that features dozens of Coca-Cola drinks.
Oh,
and you can mix and create custom flavors and all that.
Yeah, I've been seeing these in Vancouver now for the last year or so because it's so strange. You go into the theater and you have this little, touch screen, about yay big, 15-inch screen or so. And it's such a bizarre technology because it's like, I would like to have root beer. And then 5 seconds later, change my mind, make it a vanilla Coke, that kind of stuff. It was so weird.
So I'm interested to see, I think I'll go to movies at this place. It would take me away from, Silver City. It's funny, back when Silver City was being built at Tillicum Mall, everybody was really looking forward to it. But now I miss going to places like the Capital 6 and the Odeon. The Odeon is also installing luxury seats as well.
Oh, cool.
Doesn't say how much a ticket's going to cost to see a movie at these places. I have a feeling it's going to be quite expensive. But we'll see.
I think out of all the theater, I mean, the thing with the Capital 6 is I remember the films that I saw there, like, because it is such a unique building, like the big, huge, circular glass
spiral ramp.
Yeah, and
totally.
like I remember actually going with Bill Nance to we went and saw Aladdin, the animated Disney flick, and it was just cool. Like you went there, and I remember talking about the film with him. I
remember we went to go see Terminator 2 there.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It's a memorable building. I mean, it's not as unique as it could be. It could be kind of cool. There could be, I don't know.
I think for a multiplex, it's pretty unique.
And also the home of the final Johnny Z's. We can't forget that. But yeah, I mean,
Johnny Z's was a video arcade.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, the Johnny Z's video arcade. But I mean, it's not the most stellar of buildings, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be, because it is a unique kind of beast. It's not a normal building for Victoria. Since Victoria is really more or less, I don't know, the downtown core is so, there's so much history and age there, right? There's not like, 75 story towers, 75 story towers, stuff like that. It's still got a bulk of the original buildings, things like that. So when the Capital 6 was built at the time, 1981, 80, something like that, it would have been a bizarre building for that day and age, because I mean, none of the buildings that are there now in that area existed then. So
well, for my money, that place has got a lot more character than a lot of the other buildings in Victoria.
I agree. A lot of buildings now are being built in a very sort of utility kind of way. They're not really, there's no inventiveness anymore. There's no, you're not going to have any Christchurch cathedrals being built. You're not going to have any, I'm trying to think of another nice building in Victoria. What's the building that is it's a church near, is it near the McDonald's on Pandora, or is the McDonald's on Pandora gone? I can't remember.
Yeah. Are you talking about where the Conservatory of Music is now?
Possibly, yeah. I can't think of what it's called, but I mean, it's a unique building. When you see it, you know that is a strange building for the area. So I don't know. There's just some things that we are losing in the architectural realm of things. I mean, I'm not an architect and I am not a building expert, but I do kind of feel that every once in a while, you're missing something. There's we went through the era of strip malls and very large malls, and that's kind of died off a little bit. But then, of course, the Splashdown Park, the water slide in Tawasin is being knocked down now. So yeah, I don't know, just stuff like that. These unique sort of structures are kind of going away.
You know what, though? I wonder if that's kind of a North American thing, just building boxes. Because in Europe, you don't see that quite so much.
I agree.
Little boxes made out of ticky-tacky?
Made out of
little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tack. Anyway.
Exactly.
But anyway, I mean,
even the new stuff that they make in Europe is sometimes it's a little more boxy, but 9 times out of 10, it's actually a bit more adventurous, and it's got a bit more color and a lot more character than 90% of the shit that gets built here.
Well, in Europe, don't they just
Emperors, right?
Don't they just make things out of cobblestone in Europe?
Well, if they need to,
I mean, you got your
and they rip.
You got your goats and you got your little cart with hay on it, and And
Oh yeah, totally. They're 100
you know, you go over the little bridge over the creek or whatever, and you know, there's somebody down there, you know, digging in filth and everything just for the sake of digging in filth. And
Well, but don't forget, he lives in an anarcho-syndicalist commune. Let's not forget that.
taking their cats. Oh God, we can really nerd this thing up, can't we?
Oh yeah.
I've totally forgotten what the hell I'm thinking about. I was
All right,
thinking
so
about
let's
the Empress Hotel, but I can't think of anything other
let's
than they
let's
lost
get
the
back to
focus.
beer.
Let's get back to beer. Yeah, so that's
back to beer.
The BC Beer Awards.
Woo!
Great beer isn't limited to the city of Vancouver. I'm out. See ya. Screw you guys.
Maybe not limited to the city of Vancouver, but man, there's a lot of them.
I just kicked my dog. Tell me about the beer awards, because I actually was a bit distracted when this happened.
So the beer happened. The beer awards happened this past weekend, and there was entries from all over BC, northern BC, Vancouver Island, Sunshine Coast, interior. So there's just some of the winners in the various categories, and there's a lot of categories. I mean, holy cow. So they say that not all the winners are from Vancouver, but quite a few of them are. So we'll start off with, I don't know why they've put them in this order here, but in the international lager category, 33 Acres of Darkness came out on top, and they're from Vancouver. The German Pale Ale was won by Red Racer Old School Lager, which is from Central City Brewers and Distillers. Here's one that Dave might like. The winner for the German Amber beer was Gladstone Alt Beer from Gladstone Brewing in Courtenay.
No way. Alt beer, you said?
Yeah, Gladstone Alt Beer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I might have to give that a shot then.
I think you should. So congratulations to Gladstone and Courtenay for winning that. And incidentally, third place in that same category was the Pot Pills from Moon Underwater in Victoria. Let's see if there's anything else here that's kind of... for German wheat beer, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this. Maybe I'll attempt it. Demimondane Dunkelweizen from Barkerville Brewing in Quesnel. And then second place was Moon Underwater from Victoria again. This is Hefeweizen. And British Bitter, third place, Beacon ESB from Lighthouse Brewing Company, which is who we're drinking tonight. Not the same beer, obviously. Fruit beers. The Pinot Noir Raspberry Blonde from Tin Whistle Brewing in Penticton won, which is, and across the street from Shane there, Red Truck Raspberry Ale won second. Have you tried that, Shane?
I have not.
Maybe you should.
All right, I'll go try it. Be right back.
Okay. So Shane's going to go try it.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to run and try that alt beer.
Okay. And I'm going to sit here and stare blankly into space. I'm just going through some of the... There's like 25, 30 different categories here. North American Light Beer, North American Blonde Ale, North American Pale Ale, North American Amber Ale. It's like blonde and amber. I mean, what if amber is a blonde? What do you do then?
Name.
Yeah. North American Porter and Stout. But they can't have a different one for each one. Whatever. So Commander Imperial Stout from Dead Frog Brewery won that one. And for North American IPA, Flagship IPA from Steamworks won. Interestingly, the Play Dead IPA came in second from Yellow Dog Brewing, which we did probably about 3 weeks ago, I think, Shane.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really like that one. For specialty IPA, second place from Red Truck Beer Company again is the White ISA. And European Sour, Reynard from Strange Fellows Brewing Company. I've not heard of that. I've heard of the company.
I saw that on the shelf today, actually.
Did you?
I think I did.
And in third place from Victoria, Phillips Brewing and Malting Company, the Bizarro, which I have not tried myself, and North American Wild Ale, which would also be sours. In second place was the Sour Raspberry from Old Abbey Ales, which we have done before on this show. So that's interesting. Congratulations to everybody who won. Those are all sounding like really good beers. Some of them we've tried before, some of them we haven't. Maybe we should start a list.
I'm just going to copy and paste this right now. This is actually,
Yeah.
I mean, some of these things we've already done. But I really want to try Thor's Hammer.
Thor's Hammer. I think we have, haven't we? It was in
on the show. I don't know. I don't think so.
We haven't on the show, but it was in there. I'm pretty sure it was in the Advent calendar that Central City.
Okay, you're right. Maybe that's where I recognize it from.
Yes, it was very good. Very, very, very good. I really liked it. And then the Wee Heavy came in second from Persephone, and that's one that I want to try as well. So lots of good beers going on in BC. The craft beer industry is obviously very healthy, and it's good news for us and the two people watching us, right?
A massively huge audience of awesome.
Well, you know that you say that. I checked our Twitter account, and actually some place in the Bronx sent us a notification about their opening night thing. They only sent it to 3 places. They tagged us in it. We're one of the 3.
Oh, we better get our crap together, man. Boys, we gotta have t-shirts and hats. What's going on? We're totally missing the boat of our success in brewing. Drinking a beer.
We got to get down there.
So that is those articles. A lot of nostalgia in there, I gotta say, and a lot of excitement for future beer drinking. Anything else going on, boys? Dave, how's your stripping career going?
Not so hot.
Well, I could have told you that.
Oh my lord. So no stripping. Okay, fine.
Well, no, they're stripping. It's just not going over well.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, that's called public indecency. So you probably I just for some reason
I have to do it in a building, not at a bus stop.
He goes into like the local YMCA. He's like, "Hey, girls, what? Get out of here, you blonde bastard!" That I would pay. No, actually, I wouldn't. We're gonna say, Alan.
You're like, it's so little.
Funny, it resembles a penis, only smaller. You were saying, Dave, or sorry, Alan.
Bigger with water?
What?
Sorry, Get down, get down, get down. Doodle, doodle, get down, get down. Okay. Wow, that's hardcore entertainment right there, boys.
Oh,
So anything else you wish to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays, for for a great season, I guess. They were officially eliminated from contention in the American League Championship Series today by the Cleveland Indians. Yeah. 2 years in a row they've made it to the ALCS and not done very well.
Do you want to cry a little or
a little? It's in baseball it's hard to make the playoffs. It's not like hockey where more than half the teams make it. In baseball, you pretty much have to win your division. And the Blue Jays are stuck in the same division as two of the highest spending teams in all of baseball, which is the Yankees and the Red Sox. So in order for them to make the playoffs, both of those teams need to have really bad years, given their payrolls. So, opportunities don't come along very often. And when they do, you don't want to squander them. And I kind of feel like they squandered it this year. But
really?
Yeah. I thought they did really well in the division series against Texas. I mean, they were fantastic. And then completely different team against Cleveland. They just couldn't seem to score. They couldn't hit. They couldn't do anything. Pitching was fine. The pitching was great. No problems there. It was the offense was just absolutely atrocious. But congratulations to the Indians, and let's go Cubs.
Go Cubbies. I wish I'd put some money on the Cubbies.
Actually, and I do want them to win because that team, the Cubs, have not won the World Series since 1908. If you can believe that.
Wow. It's so amazing how old some of these sports go back. Sometimes I don't even think about it. I don't even,
If you get a chance to watch a documentary about the history of baseball and all the things that we maybe take for granted now, how somebody created this game and how it evolved over the years, and the people involved in it created businesses, and now these businesses are huge conglomerates that, like Spalding Sports Company. The original Spalding guy was a baseball player in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Ray,
and that's how he made his fortune. Well, not made a fortune, but he made that's how he got involved in the sports world.
Ray, people will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. Of course we won't mind if you have a look around, you'll say. It's only $20 per person. And they'll pass over the money without even thinking about it, for it is money that they have and peace that they lack. And they'll walk out to the bleachers and they'll sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll find that they have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines, where they sat when they were children and cheered on their heroes. And they'll watch the game, and it'll be as if they had dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come, Ray. The one constant throughout all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It has been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that was once good and could be again. People will come, Ray. People will most definitely come. There you go.
Yeah. One of the best movies ever made.
Written, of course. That was Terrence Mann, played by Darth Vader, or Darth Vader's voice. James Earl Jones.
They should put that in the credits. It's like there's a man played by Darth Vader.
But I like a lot of the stuff that the Shoeless Joe and a lot of the stories. 'Cause a lot of the stories that he wrote was about baseball, about sports, about how a lot of these things, are there, and we don't really acknowledge them. We don't really think about a lot of that stuff. That it just kind of, I mean, again, if you have to have read a lot of Kinsella, but that's what he's got a lot about in his stories. And unfortunately, he died a couple months ago, or about a month ago now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, I gotta say.
Yeah. So
Dave,
I propose that we raise our glasses.
mine is empty, but I'll raise it anyway.
Dave, let's have one drink to serendipity.
To serendipity.
Sorry.
She was a
All
princess.
right.
She went before her time, but what can you do? Not a whole lot.
I guess. Yeah.
She had a decent life, and I gotta say, she did not too badly considering the, cards she was dealt when she was born.
I was just going to say, she was a trooper, that one.
Yeah, we refer to her as the Trooper Princess because she put up with a lot of crap that a lot of dogs don't ever have to deal with. So, it's fine. But anything else?
All right. No.
All right, boys. Again, another week, another beer. And of course, we will see you all next week. Don't forget, myself, Shane, Alan over here, Dave over there. And of course, lost to us for another month and a bit, Locke, who returns sometime in December. His final exam, he'd let me know recently, is on the 18th, I think, 15th of December. So, he'll be back.
So everybody head down to the university in Portland and cheer him on outside the exam window. On that day.
Exactly. That's what we should all do immediately. All right, boys. I will see you all next week. Thank you all for watching, and send us beer ideas because, we need to.
All right.